Good morning or good afternoon. This is Christine. It is Monday, December 21st, 2015. I want to share a dream I had. I had a dream Saturday night, 12/19/15, so December 19, 2015. I wasn't sure whether to share this yesterday, Sunday, and also I didn't really have the time to write it out or share it either, but I think I will today. The dream takes place at like a dam, not the Hoover Dam, which is huge, but something like that. I was hanging onto some black metal railing bars and was dangling off the side of the dam. I could see the large drop-off below me and the water rushing like a waterfall. It was quite a drop if you had ever seen the height of the Hoover Dam in pictures. I don't know why the bars were black. On the other side of the bars was the concrete walkway that people and or workers would walk on to get from one side to the other. In this case it was a mountainside because the dam seemed to be placed between two rock mountains. I did feel like I was out somewhere in Colorado for some reason. I also had black high-heel short boots on that seemed to lace up, and that was what was keeping them on my feet, the laces. If you think about it, those small lace-up boots are actually sort of sexy to wear, so I am not sure why I had those particular boots or shoes on my feet. I was trying to swing my right leg up over the banister and get myself from hanging and dangling off the side of this railing over the drop-off, but my swinging was getting me high enough. It wasn't getting me high enough to bring my foot up over the railing to grab onto it, so I ended up just staying there and dangling and hanging there with my two hands on the black metal railing bars. Just then my spirit decided to leave my body. My body stayed there, hanging and dangling, holding onto the railing, but it stayed alive and normal also. And actually, I didn't feel heavy at all hanging there. It was like weight and gravity didn't really affect me in this dream, so it wasn't much of a struggle to remain there dangling off the side of this railing. My spirit, however, jumped out of me and hopped up onto the walkway. It seemed almost like a white spirit body, not ghost-like, but white and spirit-like. It hopped onto the walkway with ease and decided to go looking for this guy who I knew in my heart was around the dam somewhere and wasn't far away from the walkway, but I didn't know exactly where he was. And my spirit self was trying to find him to ask him if he could please come back with me, with my spirit self with me, to this area where my physical body was hanging and dangling off of this railing, and to please pull me or my body up over the railing and put me back on the concrete walkway so I wasn't stranded there hanging anymore. I knew that as a man he had bigger arms and upper body muscle strength than I did, hanging there, and that was why I couldn't swing my own body up over the railing. My arms weren't strong enough to do it. But a man with muscles and upper body strength would be able to reach over the banister, grab my arms, and pull me up over the banister and back onto the solid ground. So that was why my spirit body was walking about looking for him. I knew what he looked like, and that he had dark curly or wavy long hair, sort of what Jesus looked like in pictures, if people might have seen him in pictures. So I went off on my search around the dam to try to find him. In the meantime, my dream shifted, and I found myself in a square building that was sort of like a warehouse or office building setting with office chairs and office desks in it. It seemed like a work environment setting. I remember a dream I had months back, maybe even a year or so back, where there were 3 quote-unquote angels sitting at a desk, and they were doing interviews to hire people for jobs at these office desks and chairs in this office building. because the office building had just been built and was opening, and they were needing to staff it. Out of everyone who filled out the paperwork and turned in resumes, only 3 people got hired, and I was one of them. And then in the dream, I was sent to a university type of lecture hall room that had few people in it and a lot of empty seats in it. And we were placed in there to learn something, I don't know what, but something. It was schooling of some sort. In this dream I had Saturday night, I was back in this same warehouse office building from my previous dream, months or even a year ago. Only meaning the warehouse office building, had now been in full operation and was up and running for quite some time. It was no longer a new building needing to be staffed. Instead, it was a fully functioning and operational building, booming with noise and people and office equipment. I saw myself in this office building and in my own office, actually, because I now had an office instead of just sitting at an office desk out in the open with others there, office workers there. And there was something different about me this time. I was leaving in this dream. Apparently it seemed like my job there at this office building was done, and I was packing up my office items in boxes to move them and to go somewhere else. It seemed like I had gotten a job and had taken a different job in a different building, and I was moving up the ranks job-wise. I was leaving this warehouse office building setting and was moving up to a bigger, better job. But again, I don't know where I was going. I just felt like it was somewhere else, and it was different, and that I needed to empty out my office and take my things with me to this new job I was heading to. Maybe in some future dream I might find out where I ended up. I will have to see, and only time will tell. But I felt like my term there at this quote-unquote beginner's job was done. I then found myself back again at the dam in my dream, with my physical body still hanging over the railing, and the water sort of raging below me, and my spirit self still searching for this man who would be able to pull my body over the railing and bring me back onto the concrete walkway again. My spirit self did find him, and he was happy to come back with me. He did look like what I was looking for, the white garment and the long black curly or wavy hair, just like what Jesus would look like. He willingly came with me, did grab my arms and my body from over the edge, and lifted me back over the railing and onto the concrete walkway again. Then I saw the 3 of us standing there, my physical body standing to the right of him, this Jesus type of guy standing in the middle of us, and me in my white spirit body standing on the left of him. My physical body was still working and functioning and was very much alive, though, even without my white spirit self still in it. Because my spirit self had apparently gone in search of this guy, leaving my physical body hanging there, so they obviously were able to be separate and still exist separately. My physical body and my spirit body, that is. And that is how the dream ended, with the 3 of us standing there on the concrete walkway at the top of the dam, on the inside of the black metal railing, and I was okay. I felt like this guy had pulled me back to safety and sure-footedness. There is a guy that I met recently. I have actually met a few of them so far, but this one guy has been calling me. We spoke about some things in my life that I was hesitant and reluctant to mention, but after I said it, I felt a lot better and can't help but wonder if my talking about things with him is what quote-unquote lifted me, quote-unquote, back onto the concrete walkway. This guy might have actually been a godsend, and I didn't realize it. I am not worried about it, though, and maybe it was just for that day that I was supposed to talk with him. I do feel, though, like he or it has changed me. I don't think men realize the true power they have to do good in a woman's life, but I hope one day they can figure it out and realize it, because it really is quite phenomenal when you think about it, and my dream, I feel, was proof of that. Have a great day, everyone, and have a good holiday if I don't write again or talk again before then. I will write or talk, though, and stay in touch whenever something comes up that I feel led to share. Take care and be well until then. Bye-bye.